Trina, and today is Top 5 Wednesday. Top 5 Wednesday was created by Ginger Reads Lady, and I will leave a link to her channel and to the Goodreads group down below in case you want to join in. This week's topic is Top 5 Futuristic Books. I've got 1 dystopia, 2 post-apocalyptic books, and then 2 sci-fi books, so let's just get right into it. I think I say that like every week. Is that annoying? I think it is. At number 5, I have my dystopia pick for this topic, and it is Uninvited by Sophie Jordan. Now, this is not my favorite dystopia I've ever read, but I wanted to put it on this list because I think that the future portrayed in this book is pretty realistic. Like, I can actually see this happening. Uninvited portrays a future where our scientists have pinpointed the gene that is responsible for violent behavior. So now that they've discovered that gene, all the young people are being tested to see if they are carriers, and if they do have that gene, society kind of outcasts them. They put them into special schools, and they're constantly watched and supervised because everyone just expects that at any moment someone that carries this gene is just going to like become a mass murderer. And the book follows a young girl who is basically like top student, very talented. She has a pretty privileged life, and she finds out that she carries the gene, so all of a sudden she can't go to her nice elite school anymore, and pretty much her future just disappears because the prejudice against these carriers is so bad. And the book really explores like self-fulfilling prophecy. If everyone expects you to be this crazy murderer, I mean, are you gonna become what they expect, or are you gonna rise above it? I really did like that aspect of the book, and I'm not saying that this is definitely something that is going to happen, but because of all the advancements that I think that we constantly make in science and medicine, like we can now pinpoint a cancer gene. I think that the being able to pinpoint a gene responsible for violence was just something that I could see. So I thought that this was a topic that was approached pretty interestingly, and it really made me think, and so definitely a future that I could see might be possible. Number 4 on my list is the Under the Never Sky trilogy by Veronica Rossi, and the premise of this series is that Earth has been plagued by some really catastrophic weather events, so the surface of Earth is no longer livable, so humanity has kind of escaped to these underground cities called pods, which are strongly fortified. So most people that were on the surface have died out, but there are some survivors left. I'm kind of terrified of weather events. Like, they're just so uncontrollable, and they're only predictable to a certain extent, and I could see this kind of world happening where you just get less and less protection from weather events. So I found that concept very interesting, and that is why it is on my list. Number 3 on my list is Not a Drop to Drink by Mindy McGinnis. If you've been here for a while, you know that I talk about these books all the time, and I'm not going to stop, so just get used to it. Why don't you guys go read these books so we can talk about them, because they're awesome. This is a post-apocalyptic world in which there is a shortage of drinking water. There's no longer any electricity, no running water, no technology, and cities have kind of crumbled because we've become so dependent on that type of a lifestyle that now we don't really know how to defend for ourselves, and there are water wars where people fight over land that has drinkable water, and we follow a main character, Lynn, who lives on the banks of a pond, and she is just trying to protect it from the wild and from people who might try to take it from her. This is one of my favorite books in general, but it is also one of my favorite futuristic worlds because it really felt so real to me, because I think that as a culture we are very, very dependent on things that are luxuries that we don't even realize are luxuries. What would we do if the electricity ever went out, if we couldn't purify water? And the reason that this world is so striking to me and so realistic is because we actually came from that sort of a lifestyle. So this is definitely a very realistic possible future to me. Number 2 on my list is the Starbound series by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. These are science fiction set way, way, way in the future. Like, none of these books even take place on Earth, but Earth is mentioned as like where humans originated from. This is a very interesting future to read about, and my top futuristic futuristic book is actually a series that is the Lunar Chronicles series by Marissa Meyer. These are sci-fi fairy tale retellings. This series is set on Earth as well as the moon, but it's a very futuristic version of Earth, and there are a lot of like advancements in technology which are really cool to read about. There's a moon kingdom, there's space travel, there are cyborgs and androids. This is just another one of my favorite series, and it's very cool future to read about, and I just really love it, and so therefore it is my #1 top spot. Great books, you should definitely check them out. So those are my top 5 futuristic reads slash futures that I could see as being possible. I hope you enjoyed my list, and let me know what yours are down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you with another video soon. Bye!